recording. Right. So this practice is about self-care. And what that means is that every breath and every pose you use to nourish yourself, specifically to bring yourself back into balance, choosing unapologetically to tend to your own mental health and your own body can be sometimes uncomfortable because you may be used to giving care to others and it feels awkward to give yourself care. But you deserve it. Burnout is real. So anytime you feel like you're giving too much to others, you can burn yourself out. So keep trusting in yourself. Follow the signs and know that peace awaits you with every breath you take. So let's just start by deepening our breaths. Ground yourself to what you're feeling beneath you, whether it's your feet, your sit bones, and then close your eyes. Notice any thoughts in your mind. And notice what you feel. Notice what you hear. And notice what you smell. Give yourself permission to pause and to be present in this moment. Lengthen the back side of your body. Straighten your spine. Relax your shoulders away from your head and lift through the crown. Call yourself home to your true self. And then move your hands to your heart. Feel the breath underneath your hands. And right away, your breath reminds you to stay present. That we cannot breathe in the past and we cannot breathe in the future. This is a way of restoring yourself back to its original settings, a way of calling yourself home and being present. And just take another second with your eyes closed, breathing. Now begin to blink open your eyes and bring your hands down by your hips. And we're going to take a couple shoulder shrugs. So as you breathe, you'll inhale the shoulders up and exhale the shoulders down. So take a couple of those. Inhale, shoulders lift up. And exhale the shoulders down. I'm just going to scoot back. So inhale, the shoulders come up. And exhale, the shoulders come down. This time as your shoulders come up, see if you can pull your shoulders back instead of down. So pull them backwards. So squeezing the shoulder blades and then relax them down. So more of an up and a back, squeezing the shoulder blades together and then down. Now try to bring the shoulders forward and then up, then back and down. So unique movements, each one has a purpose. Push the shoulders forward, lift the shoulders up, Push the shoulders back, relax the shoulders down. 2 more times. Shoulders come forward, separating the shoulder blades in the back. Shoulders come up by the ears. And shoulders go back and then down. Last one, shoulders forward, shoulders up. Squeeze back, shoulders go behind you, and then relax. Take a moment and just breathe here naturally. And I invite you to seal your lips and try to just breathe in and out of your nose today throughout this practice. The audible breath, this sounds like an ocean wave. Good. Now we'll take the right hand out to the right side, turn your palm up, and then hold the back of your head. So the palm of your head is resting on the back of your head, and bring your right elbow, point it down towards the floor. You might feel a little side stretch here. Now lift your elbow back up to neutral. Then we're going to lean to the other direction. Left hand you can hold onto the chair. Point your elbow up. Right elbow points to the ceiling or the sky if you're outside. And come back through center. We'll do this 3 more times. Point your elbow down. Feel the stretch in the left side. And lift up and point your elbow towards the sky. And bring that back to neutral. Point it down. And then slowly point it up. Maybe get a little deeper in that. And then exhale, bring it back down. Last one, inhale, elbow to the sky. And now back to neutral. Release your right arm out and then lower it down. Rest your right hand on your lap or on the side of your chair. Reach your left arm out to the left side. Bend your elbow, place your palm of your hand on the back of your head. Now exhale, point your elbow down. So feeling that squish in the abdominal muscles, back up. And then point your left elbow up. And now back down. And up. And point the elbow down. And point the elbow up. 2 more. We exhale into the crunch. We inhale as we go up. Last one, elbow points down. And then elbow points up. Bring your elbow right out to the left side. Release your left hand. Lower your left hand to your lap. Move through some cats and cows, moving the spine. Tuck the chin towards the chest, hands to the knees. Push your back away from your belly. And then inhale, slide your hands to your hip crease. Push your belly forward. And then back. Just a couple of these, moving the spine in all different directions to warm up our body. So remember, the inhale is forward, the exhale is back when you're in the cat-like shape. And let's do 2 more. And then pause with your hands at your hip crease. Press both feet equally into the ground. Relax the shoulders and then bring the hands down beside you. Inhale, arms out to a T. Stretch out through your fingertips. Now turn your palms up. Bend your elbows, bring it into cactus or goalpost arms. Now we're going to take a gentle twist to the right and then gentle twist to the left. So again, this is moving very slow and mindfully. Nice little twist. And if we're practicing self-care, we always do what feels good in the body. And if it doesn't feel good, we make a wiser choice. Very good. Now come back through center. Take both hands to the back of your head and then let your head lean back into your hands. So I'm interlacing my fingers. The thumbs are pointing down towards my neck, elbows out, and then lay your head back. Bring your chin slightly tucked in and just rest your head in your hands. So think of we're stretching the abdominal muscles here in the front side. Nice. Now we're going to tuck the chin towards the chest, point the elbows to the knees, and stretch out the back of your neck, the cervical spine. Maybe you feel it in the mid back or low back, depending on where you're tight. Next inhalation, lift your head up, press your head into your hands, lean back, open the heart. Exhale, tuck the chin towards the chest, point the knees down, point your elbows towards your knees, down towards the floor. And I'll move through a couple of these, moving at your own pace. Really trying to articulate the spine, making it feel good and stretched. And go faster or slower, depending on your needs. I invite you to smile throughout the practice. Lips sealed closed, but with a little tiny smile on your face. And remind yourself that you're having a good time. Let's do 3 more. And on that third one, tuck the chin towards the chest and then release the hands to the knees. Lean forward so that your forearms come to your lap and your hands can point forward or down. You can flop them. And just stretch out your back side. So shoulders moving away from your ears. The back is nice and long and flat. Your feet are pressing into the ground. And we're just going to take a couple really good breaths here. So inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Feel the hips. Inhale. And exhale. Now you're welcome to stay here or bring your hands to your shins. Tuck your chin even more towards your chest and look under your chair if that wants to stretch out the back side of your neck. Move it out of the way, Pookie. Now when you're ready, we'll push into the feet, hug the belly in towards the spine, roll up vertebrae by vertebrae, going nice and slow. Hands back to your hip crease. Relax the shoulders, and then we'll inhale the arms out to the side and all the way up. Exhale, palms come down, hands come down. Inhale, arms up, stretching the lateral sides of your body. Exhale, down. Inhale. Exhale. This time, inhale. Interlace the hands up above your head. Lock them and then flip them. Press the arms up, straighten the elbows, hug your biceps by your ears. Lean to the right. And come back through center and lean to the left. And back through center. We'll take it 2 more times to each side. To the right. And center. To the left. And center. 1 more time to the right. Last time to the left. And through center. Release the hands down. Roll out the wrist as you do that. So kind of move your wrist in a circular motion as the hands come lower and lower and lower. Good. Toe heel your feet out so that your knees are a little bit wider than your hips. So my knees would be here, so they're a little bit wider. And we're going to take the left hand over here to your right leg. Lean towards the right side. And just slide both hands down your right leg. And we'll hold here for a breath or two, stretching that right side of your back, or left side of your back, actually. Now, keeping your right hand down, we're going to extend the left arm either behind your head or up to the sky. So we're really reaching down towards the floor with the right hand and trying to stack left shoulder over right. Now slide your right hand back up. Sit nice and tall back in neutral. Take your right hand to your left leg, and we'll do that same series. Slide your hand down your left leg. Hold here for a breath or two. Just feel the weight shifting to the left side, left foot. And now if you like, you add on by extending the right arm up. Lower your right hand and slide yourself back up your leg. Now take your knees and bring them together and then out. So just kind of shaking out the legs, little butterfly wings. See if you can roll to the edges of your feet. So the pinky side and then the big toe side. Just kind of massaging the bottom of your feet, relaxing the hip muscles. Good. Now we're going to lift the right knee up. Bring it in towards your right shoulder. Right foot, if it's too much for you to bring it off, you can keep your big toe on the ground. But if you can bring that foot off the ground, go ahead and do that. Now try to sit even taller, so because eventually you just want to slump. But try to move your shoulders back and your head up, and just kind of do a little pulse here, bringing the knee in and then straightening. So your elbow bends and then it straightens. See what that feels like. Again, don't forget to smile. Even when things are hard, we can still smile through them. Self-care for the hips. And let's do 2 more. And 2. Relax your right leg and notice how the right side feels. Take a breath. And then we'll move to the other side. So make sure that right foot is on the ground. Left knee comes up. And we're just going to kind of pull it in. Elbow bends as you exhale. Inhale, our arm goes out. Just taking a couple of these, you'll start to feel it. Lifting the knee towards the chest. The leg is soft, so we're not trying to tighten up the muscles as we do this. Really just focusing our attention on that hip crease. Sit tall. 2 more. Now gently lower down, sit up, shake out the knees again. So a little shake, rolling onto the edges of your feet, side to side. Good, now bring your knees out, and we're gonna take the right hand and keep it on the right leg. Left arm reaches up and over. And then we're gonna swim to the other side with the right hand going over your head, reaching to the left. And take just a little bit of time to kind of breathe and move. Notice where you're feeling it in the rib cage. So the hips and the feet are nice and steady. They are anchored. It's your upper body moving. And you can go slower or faster if you like. Start to slow down if you're going fast. And then we'll do one more on each side. And then rest your hands on your knees. Sit nice and tall. And just feel the kind of yumminess of what just happened there. And now we're gonna work the shoulders some. So we're gonna, well, before we work the shoulders, let's do the neck. Tuck the chin towards the neck and rock it a little side to side. If you feel tension in your neck, just kind of move it slightly to one side, to the other side. Good, now we're gonna come back through center and do the shoulders. So you're gonna take this left shoulder and bring it over here to the right. So you're just kind of dipping over in this direction. Now come back through center and we'll dip the right shoulder down. Just dip and back up. And go back to the right with the left shoulder. So just you're trying to move that shoulder forward, separating the shoulder blades. You got this. You're taking care of your shoulders, your back. And as you're doing this, you're breathing conscious breaths. Right. Now we're going to do one more on each side. And now we're going to come through the center. Lean forward into your flat back. Slide your hands down your shins. If it feels okay to you today, look under your chair and maybe just shake out your head a little bit. If you get dizzy, don't shake your head. But if it feels okay, you can bobble your head. Breathe. Big breaths. And we'll take our time sliding our hands up our shins, roll up. Lift the shoulders up and back and down. Take your arms out to a T. Cross your right arm on top of your left arm. Give yourself a hug. Lift your head up. Lean back and see if you can balance getting your feet off the ground. So you're hugging your shoulders. I don't know if you see my feet. trying to pull your feet straight, pushing out through your heels. Exhale, bend the knees, lower the feet to the ground. Point your elbows to the floor. Now press into your feet, rise up, lean back. See if you can get your feet off the ground. Press through your heels, let your head come up. And bend the knees, lower the feet, bring the elbows in between your knees. 2 more times. Inhale, straighten the legs. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise up. Lift off the feet. Exhale, lower the feet. Release the arms out to a T. Exhale them down by your waist. Constructive rest. Take a breath. All right, inhale, arms back out to a T. This time, left arm goes on the bottom, right arm goes on top. Hold the shoulders, lift the head up, making the neck longer. Lean back, and then lean forward. Point the elbows down, tuck the chin towards the chest, stretch out the back. Inhale, rise up, lift the feet off the ground, stretch through the legs. Exhale, bend the knees, lower the elbows down, chin tucks in. Inhale, rise up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, last one. Rise up, stretch the legs. Bend the knees, lower the feet to the ground, arms back out to a T. Smile and lower your arms down by your waist. Toe heel your feet together. And we're going to take our knees, squeezing them in as if we're trying to, like, if you had something like a yoga block or something or a pillow you wanted to put in between your knees, you could do that if there's one like near you. And we're just going to squeeze in the knees, lift the belly in and up. And then we'll add in our prayer hands. Hinge forward so the shoulders come over the knees. A little seated prayer. Point your elbows out away from you. So the elbows point away, the head lifts up. The spine is nice and long. We're going to take a twist. Left elbow points to right knee. Look to the right side of your room. A little thunderbolt chair twist. And come back through center. Let's switch sides. Right elbow points to left knee. And back through center. We're going to twist 2 more times to the right. And center to the left. And center. Woo, starting to feel it. To the right. And center to the left. And center. Extend your arms out in front of you, lightning bolt. Lean back, lift your feet off the ground. Maybe you can bring your knees into your chest. See if you can hover and sit on the back of your sit bones. Your belly might be shaking now, that's okay. It's totally normal, mine is too. Now we're gonna exhale, lower the feet, lower the arms, and fold over both legs. Take a forward fold. Inhale, lift up to your strong flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Take both hands to your right knee, bring the right knee back into the chest. And then we're going to hold onto the bottom of the right foot, rocking that baby. That shin, if this feels good to you, you can also put the elbow, if you got that, you can put the foot into the left elbow crease. If not, just hold it here. All good options. Now we're going to shift and move this right foot over here to the right side. Hang our knee, scoop my thing down here. The right knee is pointing to the right side. You're going to sit nice and tall and turn yourself to the left. As you turn yourself to the left, push your right palm into the inside of your right knee. Your left hand can hold the back of the chair for the twist. Head's lifting up, spine is nice and straight. Feet are grounded and your head is clear. Ah. Good. Now come back through center. Drop your left knee down towards the floor and then send back your left foot, coming into a crescent warrior. I am going to scoot myself to the edge of the chair because as you can see, my foot doesn't even touch the floor. Too short. I'm going to grab one of my yoga blocks and put it under my feet. And then send back my left leg. So feeling the stretch here. If that doesn't feel good, keep the knee bent just like this. Sit nice and tall. And then inhale, left arm up. And then exalt your warrior by bringing that left hand behind you. Touch the back of your left leg and an arch so the heart pushes forward. Feeling this zip up in the front of your chest. Good. Now we're going to take that left knee, bring it up, and then bring it back. So we're doing like kind of lunges here. Take the left knee, bring it up, and then send it back. Two more. And then hold here. Now we're going to come into our full expression of crescent warrior. Inhale the arms out to a T. Option to stay here or to bring the palms up and bring the hands over your head. It's your full expression of a crescent warrior. Hinging at the waist, lean forward, bring your palms together so you make a prayer hand into your heart. And then see if you can twist here. Left elbow is going to point towards the right knee. You're going to be looking behind you as you push through the back left heel. Awesome. Come back through center and step your feet together. Sit nice and tall and breathe. Next, we'll move to putting weight into the right foot and lift the left knee up. As you do this, you can rock the baby on this side. I'm massaging that hip. Also kind of feels good in my shoulder here. Keep yourself present. And then when you're ready, we'll move this knee up and then down to the left. Scoot yourself to the left side of your chair. And bring left forearm to the left side. Reach up with the right arm. And then reach back. And back up. And then spin your right knee towards the left knee. And I'm going to scoot back again so I can get my feet on the ground. So I move my block to the left foot. And we'll play a little bit with this crescent warrior. Remember, knee can be bent right underneath your hip, or you can bring the knee back behind your hip. So we're going to take a couple lunges. Inhale, knee comes up, and bring it back. So if you're not sitting on the edge of your chair, it's going to be hard work. So my whole right side is off the chair. And we'll do one more. And then land your right toes on the ground. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, the arm behind you and touch the back of your right leg. Lift the front of your chest. Now straighten your spine, arms out to a T. Thumbs point up, palms point up, and then inhale, arms up over your head. Big lateral stretch of the body. Push back through your right heel, hinge at the waist, reach forward. Hands come to prayer, to your heart, twist to the left. So you're taking your right elbow towards the left knee, look behind you. Good, nice and slow. Turn back through center. Step your feet back together and rest, constructive rest. All right, now we're going to move into our standing posture. So take your time and come to the back side of your chair. So we're going to stand behind the chair. Grab a sip of water if you need it. And we're going to keep our fingertips on the chair. And then bring your hips forward, lean your head back. So doing a little gentle back bend, hips come forward, and then we'll push back. Bend the elbows, bring your chin towards the chair. Now inhale, lift up your chest, and bring your hips back forward. So it's very small movements. Bend the elbows. You can even tap your nose to the top of the chair if that feels okay to you. And then straighten the spine. So articulating the back, moving at the waist. And lift up. Push the hips forward for the back bend. One more time. Bend down, elbows bent. And then rise up and come into that upward kind of dog pose. And see if you can come a little deeper, maybe feeling it on the backs of your Achilles. And lift your head up, tuck your chin in. Oh, beautiful back bend. Now we're going to step back into a downward facing dog. And once you get there, move your hips a little side to side, wagging your doggy tail. I'm going to come to stillness. Look forward, and we're going to step the left foot forward. Left foot steps to the chair. Turn your right toes slightly to the right side. Right heel is the furthest thing back. Straighten your left knee, and then see if you can lift your toes off the ground. So we're just pulling back the hips, lifting the right toes off of the mat, getting a little deeper into the backs of the legs. If you like, you can bend the elbows just like we did a minute ago. Bring your chin closer to the chair. You may feel this right away. And then tell that right hip to come a little bit forward because mine keeps wanting to go back. But I'm going to tell it to come forward. Nice. Now lower your left foot to the ground, bend into the left knee, press into the feet, inhale, arms up to the sky. Exhale, straighten the knee, bring your hands down by your waist. We're going to do that same series again. Inhale, bend into the knee, reach the arms up. Exhale, the hands to the top of the chair, straighten the knee, lift the heel, lean forward. Woo, baby. I love this one. All right, bend into the left knee, reach your arms up. Exhale, the hands down. Let's make it 3 times. Inhale, bend into the knee, arms come up. Exhale, the hands to the chair. Straighten the left knee, lift the toes, heel digs in. Lean forward with the chest. Good. Then back into the left knee. Press into the ground, reach the arms up. Exhale, the hands down to the waist, straightening the left knee. Bring both hands to the chair and step back to downward facing dog. All right, inhale, rise up, step your right foot forward. Keep your left heel back, but turn your left toes to the left side of the room. Straighten your left knee. Straighten your right knee, lift up your right toes. We just did the left, unless you did the other side, no worries. So just like we did before, we're going to go forward, practice it 1 time. Feel that nice long stretch. See if you can encourage your left hip to come forward. As you lift up, press the whole right foot into the ground, bend into the knee. Bring the arms up overhead. This is our warrior 1. Exhale, straighten the knee, bring your hands down. Inhale, bend into the knee, arms come up. Exhale, hands to the chair, straighten the right knee, pull back the right hip. Lift up the right toes, lean forward. Bend into your right knee, rise up. Arms come up. Exhale, straighten the right knee, arms come down by your waist. 1 more time. Inhale, arms up. Bend into your right knee. Exhale, hands to the chair. Straighten the right knee. Lift up the right toes. Lean forward, bend your elbows. Chin to the back of the chair. Ooh. Then back into your right knee. Lift up your chest. Lift up your arms, warrior 1. Exhale, straighten the right knee and bring the arms down by the waist. Very good. Take your hands back to the chair, step back, downward facing dog. And shake your hips if that feels good, whatever you need. And allow the body to settle. Just 3 more breaths here. And now take your time, rise up, come up onto your tippy toes and tippy toe your way to the chair. Once you get there, squeeze your inner thighs, your knees together, lower your heels, sink your hips down, and now you're in awkward chair pose or thunderbolt. See if you can play around with where you bring your center of gravity. You can lean forward, your buttocks will go back, or you can try to bring your shoulders over your hips. You can even maybe lean back into your heels and lift and spread your toes. You could try to take the hands off the chair and do a little balance. So this takes a lot of strength in your legs, takes focus. And then when you're ready, just straighten the legs, reset, reach up. And we'll do this 2 more times. Bend the knees, lower the hips back into your chair. Balance if you like. And when you're ready, straighten the legs, reach back up. Last one. See if you can hold this for a little longer than you held the other 2. Really focus on the strength in your legs and your back. Squeezing the inner thighs. Unless you have low back issues, then you might want to step your feet wider. Very good. And when you're ready, reach up. And then we're going to fold over the top of the chair if you can do so without like shoving the back into your stomach. So I'm just going to walk a little closer and then fold so that my hands come to the chair, my head comes down. You can hold on to the chair legs if you like. As you come out of this pose, bend your knees, tuck your chin towards your chest, lift up your shoulders. Stand nice and tall, catch your balance. Put weight into your right foot, bend your left knee behind you. Now flex the left foot, take out your right arm. And bring the right arm back, lower your left foot. Press your left foot into the ground, bend your right knee, bring your right foot behind you, flex your right foot. Hold on to the chair with your right hand, take out your left arm to the left side. Lower your hand and foot. Toe heel your feet out just a little bit wider. And then point your toes away from you and drop down into our goddess squat. So you can go wider if need be or closer if need be, but just see if you can point your knees out, just like that thunderbolt, just like the chair pose, but our knees are apart and our legs are wide. See if you can bring your shoulders over your hips, belly slightly tucked in, and then straighten the legs, bring the arms out to a T, star pose. Bend the knees, hands down to either the hips or the chair, and then out again 2 more times. Bend the knees, and out. Last one. And out. Lower the hands down, toe heel the feet back together. And we'll take one more big stretch up. Inhale, arms come overhead, maybe reach back behind you if you like, or you could hold on to your low back like this. Make a little girdle on your backside. Push your hips forward, tuck your chin slightly in. Breathe. Nice. Release your pose and come back to your seat or the floor. And once you get in your seat, close your eyes. We're going to do the last couple minutes with our eyes closed. So see if you can notice your heart rate. Can you feel your heart beating in your chest? And now bring your awareness to the top of your head. Imagine there's a string attached to the very top of your head and it's lifting up your head. And now gently take your right ear towards your right shoulder with the lift in the head, so making the neck long before you stretch. And now come back up through center. Again, feel the string attached to the crown of your head, lifting it up. And then with your eyes closed again, just lean your left ear to your left shoulder. Good. Now gently lift your chin back up to neutral. Keeping your eyes closed, bring your arms out to the side. And hold your arms steady, as if you are trying to fly. If you had wings, this is wings will shoot out through your arms. And when your arms get heavy and you feel like you can't hold them up anymore, turn the palms upwards. Notice the weight you feel in your hands, even though there's nothing there. Sometimes our emotions are just like this. There could be nothing there, but we still feel heavy. Our mind can bring up past thoughts and experiences, and it can, even though it's no longer there, it can still feel heavy. So I invite you to turn your palms back down and then relax the shoulders down. Take a couple breaths here, gently just breathing. Wayne Dyer is a philosopher, a speaker. One time when he was giving a talk, he brought an orange with him to the stage and opened the conversation with a bright young fellow, about 12, who is sitting on the front row. If I were to squeeze this orange as hard as I could, what would come out? Dyer asked. The boy looked at him like he was crazy and said, juice, of course. Do you think it would be apple juice that comes out? No, the boy laughed. What about grapefruit juice? No. What would come out of it? Orange juice, of course. Why? Why, when you squeeze an orange, does orange juice come out? Well, it's an orange, and that's what's inside of it. Dyer nodded and addressed the audience. Let's assume that this orange is you, and someone squeezes you and puts pressure on you and says something you don't like or offends you. And out comes anger, hatred, bitterness, fear. Why? The answer is because that's what's inside of you. It's one of the greatest lessons in life, Dyer says. It doesn't matter who does the squeezing, your mother, your brother, your children, your boss, the government, anyone. If someone says something about you that you don't like, What comes out of you is what's inside of you. And what's inside of you is your choice. When we feel pressure or stressed and we're no longer react with love, that's indicative of us that something is off. It's time for balance. And when we come out of us, can be anything other than love. It's a message to remind ourselves of self-care. When stress makes you disconnected from love, get honest, evaluate, and correct. Most of us are natural caregivers, and if you are empathetic like me, allow other people's energy to distract you and affect you in your life, you are often drained. Emotionally drained, physically exhausted, spiritually depleted, and these are symptoms of unempowered empathy. When negativity affects you and you feel like you're being squeezed like an orange, it's time to accept responsibility for upgrading your self-care practice. It's important for you to be a beacon of light and of love. So take a moment and just allow yourself to rest, constructive rest, not a sleep rest, but to fill yourself up with the right kind of juice. Love, of empathy, kindness, joy, compassion. It all starts with self-care. I care for me, then I care for you. I care for me, then I can teach you how to better care for yourself. If you care for you, then you can teach others how to treat you. If you care for you, then you can give others permission to care for themselves. If others care for themselves, then they can start to care for each other. If others care for each other, then they will start to care for the planet. And if we all care for ourselves, each other, and our planet, then we will create the kind of changes and build a positive future for our children and our grandchildren. And it all starts with self-care. Take 3 more deep cleansing breaths, 3 more inhales, 3 more exhales, with total awareness of the breath. And when you finish that 3rd exhalation, breathe freely and start to make other movements in your body. Maybe wiggling your fingers or toes, or rotating the wrist or circling your ankles. And when you're ready, stretch out nice and wide with your arms and wrap your hands around yourself. Give yourself a hug. And then bring your hands to prayer, bowing your head towards your light. Hope you enjoyed your practice. May each of you be happy and healthy, and may you take care of yourself. Namaste.